title of my speech is Two Principles of Listening that will help you break through and reach anyone. You know, you may have like a friend that you know, maybe someone that's close to you, or that they feel that their armor is so thick. You try to communicate, you reach out, you try to talk to them, and then you pull back and your hand kind of get bloody, right? You kind of have that ouch. Should have done that. Or it could be for parents. You know, what's one of the most difficult things for a parent to see is maybe like your son or your daughter, you can visually see them suffering emotionally. And you ask them many times, how are you? What's the usual response do you get? I'm fine. Right. I'm okay. And you know they're not okay. And you feel like you want to reach them, but you can't. There's like a barrier there. Or how about this? Everyone can relate to this, right? Significant others, husband, wife, right? You kind of go like this. This is kind of the stance, like this. Defense, and then you go attack. Defense, and then attack, right? The next thing you know, your back is turning each other. It's kind of like the Cold War, right? Russia against the United States.
Right.
So in each of these instances, imagine if I was able to show you two simple principles that you can apply to be able to reach through and get to them. And it starts with listening. The first principle is what I call the principle of the mirror. Okay? You want to be able to mirror and allow the other person that's listening to you, that you're listening to feel felt. Okay? Mm-hmm. In essence, it's kind of like putting yourself in their shoes. Imagine, husband comes home, tired, puts his feet on the couch, turns on the TV. The wife comes and starts picking him. Hey, don't throw the socks over there. What are you doing over there? Come on, you don't even talk to the kids. And have all these things are helping me. And he gets mad. He blows up. He says, why are you on my case? I'm just, had a hard day's work, right? And then you kind of go back and forth. Now, what if, applying this first strategy of mirror, the husband goes and says, I know how you feel. You feel that when I come home, that I don't really care because I'm really cold. I don't even greet you. I don't even say hi. And you must feel that I don't really love you, or I'm not very connected with the kids, right? And in doing so, what happens is there's a mirror of being felt. And that is kind of the first way. If you allow a person to feel felt by you, that's an instant in. That's an instant connection. You're building a bridge to take them from point A to point B. Rather, it's kind of like that's A and that's B. In between is a big divide, and it's kind of like there's an impasse, right? In fact, scientists have said with a group of monkeys, like eating and throwing a ball, group A and group B, who only watches the monkeys do the same activity, they measure their brain waves, and it shows that the brain activity are exactly the same. They call that mirror neurons. And that's why when you watch a movie, you see excitement, you get excited. That's why when you see sadness, you feel sadness. See, the human capacity has an ability to experience things without actually having to do it. And that's powerful. Our life is just like the movies. Everyone who's exposed, who are doing things, we're running a movie. And there's a deep hunger and a deep desire for everyone to have an audience. We want someone to cheer us, to see our life as we are, to feel what we feel. And so when a person feels felt by you, there's a powerful force that takes place. There's an understanding where they feel gratitude. They want to watch and understand you. So that's one. The second one. In communicating and listening, it's much better to be interested than interesting. Have you ever have someone come to you, they'll go like this, how's your day? Well, my day is good, and oh really? My day, and it's kind of the boomerang effect. They ask you a question and they boomerang back to their day. I was like, what the heck? They're like this. Oh, so what kind of dog do you have? Well, I have a Shih Tzu. Well, really? I have a German Shepherd. Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, the heck? You're asking me a question, and it comes back to you, right? And trust me, you could be impressive, you could be interesting, But after a while, it gets boring. Okay? Because every person, you kind of have to be a treasure hunter. There are treasures inside everyone. You kind of have to dig. You have to kind of go through. I'll kind of show you a very simple formula. It's called repeat and reflect. Okay, you do this, it's magical. Oh, you went to the cruise. See, I'm repeating. Say, I went to the cruise. Oh, you went to the cruise. So they'll say something about the cruise. So what was that experience like with your family? Reflecting upon what they said, and you reflect with another question, right? But this is what maybe a lot of people do. They repeat, and then they opinionate, and they boomerang back to themselves. Watch. Oh, you went to the cruise. You know what? I don't like cruises. Last summer, I took a trip to Europe. Who cares about your trip to Europe? Nobody asked you. You're the one that asked them about their cruise, right? So you want to repeat and then reflect with a question. Very simple strategies that if you apply, allowing the person to feel felt and be more interested than interesting. And I'll end it with this quote. The measure of security is how interested you are in others.
Right.
The measure of insecurity is how you impress others with you. And today, find someone that you feel is difficult to reach and open your ears of listening. Reach out, put yourself in their shoes, and then repeat what they said and reflect with a question. You will have magical wonders as you are able to reach into the deepest recess that you've never been able to reach in communication and listening. Thank you.
Wow.